play pretty much? You have one or two plays to go with?
Yes and no. We'd have to probably go through each play to kind of see. Like last week, we'd have 2 plays called, but if I got a certain look, I'd have to check to that. So we do that more often than not. Then that changes out the game too. When Coach McGuire kind of sees what they're doing, he'll update me with any changes he wants to make or checks we want to make. So again, like versus a Bear front, we want to check a certain run or whatever it is. So again, that and the Colorado game was a little different, just in terms of we might check the whole play, and more so last week it was more just checking the run.
Okay, when you look back on these first 6 weeks, what do you feel like has gone right? Like or kind of up at the top of that list in terms of things you're proud of?
Offensively, we moved the ball really well. I think we've had 400 or 500 yards most games. Usually that'd be pretty good, and at times it was good. And we're doing a lot of good things in that aspect, but we just have to be more consistent. Avoid the smaller mistakes that cost us or make third and long, or guess in unmanageable situations. And I think if we just finish some of the plays too, you'll see those 10-yard runs or 10-yard passes or 10-yard screens turn into explosives or even touchdowns, and that'll help us score more easily. So we're not having to chunk it down the field and take 15 plays to score.
For you personally, what do you feel like has gone right over these 6 weeks?
Again, just operating, getting us in the right look, like I was saying earlier, getting us the right run. If they're loading the box, check into a pass. I think decision making. Obviously, I have a few picks when we're behind, but I think for the most part, I've been pretty happy with it. But again, I've just been, I think I've been more happy with, the consistency.
Do you feel like some of the criticisms that have been kind of hurled at you are correct or incorrect?
What criticisms?
That you're locking on to Drake too long, or you're holding the ball too long, or a bunch of different things have been said.
No, I don't think so. I don't really listen to that stuff. I listen to the criticism coach tells me. If I'm holding the ball a long time, it's probably because I'm getting to my reads. Again, I don't. If you saw it in the film room, you might see it differently. But again, I try to do what Coach Harrell tells me and what I hear from the coaching staff. And again, obviously it's not perfect every time, but I think I'm doing that for the most part.
What's the biggest difference in the playbook now from when you're a freshman? What are you being asked to do differently, maybe?
What am I asked? I think, again, in the run game, just getting this right look. My freshman year, I didn't really, I'd run into cover zero a few times, not really understanding what I was doing. They wouldn't give me the freedom, or not that they wouldn't give me, but I didn't really have the ability to have that freedom, at that level, and I didn't understand it either. So, now I think I'm at a point where I understand it to the point where I can get us in the right look. And play calling wise, they're okay. We're more on the same page, so I think it's a lot easier.
So you feel like you have more responsibility now?
Yeah, definitely.
Keith, what kind of progress have you seen out of the 2 freshman tackles over the course of the 6 weeks?
I think they've done a really good job. Obviously, they're learning and still getting better each week, but that's only going to make them better in the long run, and especially in the run game. Obviously, it's not perfect, there's stuff to clean up, but I've just seen a lot of improvement, and especially in their confidence. A guy like Jonah, I think, is coming out way more confident now in week 6 than he did in week 1.
Do you feel like you're on the same page with all the receivers now? I know that was an issue early in the season. Some guys turning different ways from where you and Jackson were throwing. Do you feel like you guys are in sync now?
Yeah, I think so. As in sync you're going to be. Obviously, it takes, me and Drake are on a different level than a lot of people just because we've been together for 3 years. Not going to get that. But yeah, I think for the most part, I feel pretty comfortable with guys where they're at and where they're going